am so inspired by all of the work that you do. So having you here is a real treat, and especially being here in Chicago. I couldn't imagine a better guest.
Thank you very much.
You have quite a few firsts. You are the first woman, the first person of color, and the first millennial to represent your district.
Yes, ma'am.
You're also the youngest black woman to ever serve in Congress. Ever. Now, there's another woman that is on the cusp of some firsts.
Yes.
Do you have Kamala Harris? Does she have you on speed dial for advice?
Well, you know, it's been so interesting welcoming Vice President Harris and so many folks from around the country here to Illinois. It's made me reflect on conventions of the past. You know, this is my 4th Democratic convention. And so in years past, some girlfriends and I would travel. We called ourselves social delegates. Some of them are here today. So we were here for the vibes, for the parties.
Oh, there they are.
Great time, you know, obviously as proud Democrats, but also really doing some professional development.
Yes.
Here at the convention. Yes.
You spoke last night. How was that? How did it feel?
Yes.
You were wonderful.
Thank you. The speech was really exciting. We were able to talk about so many healthcare achievements. You know, the way that I've been able to work with Vice President Harris and President Joe Biden to lower out-of-pocket healthcare costs for the American people. Our successful legislation that allows Americans to access health plans for $10 or less per month is now law. And obviously, my work with Vice President Harris to advance and address the issue of maternal health in this country.
You actually have a combined 18 pieces of legislation that were signed into law since you entered in 2018.
That's right.
And many of them, 18 is a lot, by the way. A lot.
Thank you.
That's incredible. And so many of them were health focused.
That's right.
Healthcare, maternal health specifically. What inspired you to want to focus so much of your work on that?
So I'm a registered nurse. Spent my career working to expand healthcare coverage. Thank you. In communities across our country, and I've really seen firsthand the impact of the high costs of healthcare. So many people can't afford to see a provider. If they get an unexpected diagnosis, they can't afford a procedure, much less get the medication that they need. And so I really took advantage, once I got into office, of course, of the opportunity to lead and make sure that we were taking action to realize the promise of affordable healthcare through the ACA. And so obviously have really been successful to advance legislation, and we've had the lowest number of uninsured Americans in U.S. history.
Wow. That's incredible.
In Congress, we say we put people over politics. And what that means is we're focused on lowering costs for the American people, but also making sure that in healthcare, we're taking the opportunity to address longstanding disparities, especially disparities in maternal health. What I'm talking about is in our country, black women have been 3 to 4 times more likely to die of pregnancy-related complications than their white counterparts. It's devastating. I had a good girlfriend die in 2017 after delivering birth to a beautiful baby girl. My friend's name was Shalon Irving. And so I knew that when I decided to run for office, and if I won, this would be an issue that I want to work on. And so in Congress, I've been so honored to partner with great leaders like then Senator Kamala Harris to introduce groundbreaking legislation, historic legislation called the Momnibus, designed to address every clinical and non-clinical factor contributing to preventable maternal death in this country. And we've been successful. We've had one of our bills signed into law.
Maternal health feels like an issue that should absolutely be bipartisan. Shouldn't there be an overwhelming amount of support for these things?
Well, the issue itself absolutely is bipartisan. We are seeing so many families recognize themselves in the story. And so this is an issue that touches every zip code, every state in this country. We have tremendous disparities, meaning poor outcomes in rural communities, folks who are unable to get the quality of care or the choice of provider. We believe that if you want to see a midwife or want to get a doula or need some help breastfeeding, no matter where you live in this country, you should be able to access those resources. And right now, you can't. You can't. And so we've been able to work together as Democrats and Republicans to be able to advance this legislation. And we're looking for the first legislative opportunity to get the whole package, the whole Momnibus signed into law.
Yes. From your lips to God's ears.
Yes.
It's an issue that doesn't just impact women. People talk about these issues like they're women's issues. These are family issues.
That's right.
They impact everyone.
That's right. And it's an economic issue. When we think about this upcoming election, I really think about issues like maternal health, like health care as being on the ballot. And so as we all go out and vote, if we want to lower out-of-pocket health care costs, we have to vote like it. If we want to make sure that we can all access high-quality, comprehensive health care, including reproductive health care, we have to go vote. Because by staying at home, we're allowing the extremists to win, and we know the path that they want to take us down.
Speaking of extremists,
yes.
JD Vance
yes.
and others have been responsible for quite a bit of anti-woman rhetoric.
Yes.
What do you make of all of this?
It's so clear to me that JD Vance has a deeply rooted pathology when it comes to his hatred of women. I really hope he's going to therapy. I really do. It's so clear that he needs therapy. It's clear to me that, we might laugh, but he does not belong in the White House. I grew up here in the great state of Illinois in the 90s, and we had the fortune of having the Oprah Winfrey Show on TV twice a day here in the Chicagoland area.
Lucky.
Yes. And one of the great guests that she would always have on was Maya Angelou, who taught us that when someone tells you about themselves, you believe them the first time. Now, JD Vance has told us about his dangerous, extreme policy agenda for American women. And it's up to us to believe him right now and to reject it and make sure that we go out and vote.
I heard that your parents are here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Be very proud of your daughter. Very proud. Good job, Mom and Dad. You did a very good job. I heard that your mom said that you have always been, quote unquote, a good girl.
Yes. I do. I'm a rule follower. I can't help it. My heart starts to race if I sort of color outside the lines sometimes.
Yes. I understand. As a fellow rule follower,
yes,
good girl herself,
yes.
I sometimes like to rebel a little bit by doing wild things like doing crossword puzzles in ink.
Yeah. Wow.
Like that.
Living on the edge.
Would you ever do something like that? How do you act out when you want to kind of...
Well, I love reality TV, especially the show Survivor.
Oh.
And there's a lot of parallels between that particular show and my workplace. And so I get a lot of inspiration from the great heroes and villains of reality TV.
I thought you were going to say Love Island or Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
You go Survivor. You go, it still involves democracy.
Always. Every person has a vote. Thank you.
So on brand. That's what I love about you.
Thank you.
The joy and the excitement is palpable right now with Kamala at the top of the ticket. Now, you worked very closely with her.
Yes.
What was your experience like?
Kamala Harris is an incredible leader. I can't wait for the American people to get to know her as I have. She is warm and smart and funny and kind. Kamala Harris cares a lot about the maternal health issues that we spoke about earlier. That's how I came to know her. But as vice president, she's really taken action to invite folks over to her home. And she loves to throw a party. And at the end of her, engagements and affairs, she gives you a parting gift. Now, that's a sign of a good party.
Ooh.
Well, her parting gifts are these beautiful candles. She has these custom candles. Now, you're a millennial woman, I'm a millennial woman, and we know that we love a candle. Can we just say,
I love a candle. I love a candle. Who doesn't love a candle?
And so I was inspired by her gorgeous scent and her candle to launch my own candle line. And
did you really?
Yes, of course. It's called Domestic Tranquility.
I mean, stop it. This, as though you're not busy enough.
No.
You have a candle line?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's called what?
Domestic Tranquility.
I want in on this. How do I invest in this business?
Oh, well, you can visit underwoodforcongress.com.
I'm in.
Yes.
I am totally in. Give you all the funds.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it is such a delight to have you on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all of the work that you do. It's truly remarkable.
Thank you.
Congresswoman